The Inuit say, "Beneath the sea, a heart beats, but this heart does not belong to humans, and every child's voice wakes it." The year was 1903. A remote Inuit village in northern Canada. The frozen sea had merged with the night. In the midst of a snowstorm, 12-year-old Kavi crept toward the icy shore. His mother's warning echoed in his ears. "Don't go near the sea at night. Qalupalik will hear you." But Kavi was curious, and forbidden things always call louder. That night, he saw something move beneath the ice. Thin, elongated fingers, olive green skin, and a foggy breath mark pressed against the underside of the frozen surface. Kavi took one step back, but it was already too late, because Qalupalik doesn't just see, it senses. The next morning, silence. Kavi was gone. No scream, no trace, only a small glove washed up on the icy shore. And from the depths of the sea, a whispering hum. "I'm not alone anymore." When Kavi disappeared, no one spoke aloud. Only his mother, pulling at her hair, repeated one sentence. "I warned him. I warned him." But the elders of the Inuit village, they wouldn't even look each other in the eyes, because they knew Kavi wouldn't be coming back. That night, the old shaman, Kanik, stepped out from his hut. The wrinkles on his face were sharp, like ice cracks. He walked into the center of the village and laid down a sealskin on the snow. On it, a lock of a child's hair, dried seaweed, and a stone. Then he spoke. "Qalupalik has awakened. The ancient pact beneath the ice is broken. If it took one child, it will take more." At first, the villagers didn't want to believe, but by the third night, the sled dogs stopped barking. The children dreamed of drowning, and the women began hearing the cries of infants inside the sea's howling wind. The surface of the ocean remained frozen, but something was watching from beneath, silently, patiently, waiting. And Kanik, the old shaman, whispered, "It's no longer just beneath the water. It walks among us now." After the third night, Kanik said nothing. He locked himself in his hut, sealed the door with moss. But one night, someone came to him. It was Mika, Kavi's older sister. "Tell me," Mika said, thoughtful. "How do I bring him back?" Kanik didn't look up. He only said, "Whisper. A life for a life." That night, Mika walked to the shore. In her hand, her brother's carved wooden whistle. She stood in silence, staring into the cold, still, endless black. Then, something moved. The ice cracked, and for the first time, Qalupalik rose, not human, but mimicking one. A tall, thin silhouette of a woman, olive green skin, draped in seaweed. On her chest, a black, pulsating mass like a heart. Her eyes were not eyes. They were voids. Mika whispered one word. "Whisper." Kavi. Qalupalik did not approach. She only stared. And then, a voice came from beneath the ice, broken, distant, twisted, strained. Mika, don't come closer. Mika stepped back, but the ice beneath her feet cracked wide. At that same moment, in Connick's hut, something ignited. A parchment, old, forgotten. On it, one final mark. When the soul exchange is complete, the sea does not let go. When Mika returned to her hut, her lips are still trembling. Kavi's voice had come from beneath the water, but that voice was no longer his. That night, Connick was waiting for her. In his hands, a wooden box. He opened it. Inside, a rusted lighthouse key, a baby tooth, and a single feather. He said, "The forbidden ritual can be done only once. But it doesn't take you, it takes him." Mika didn't understand. Connick continued. "Years ago, we made a pact to protect the village with Qalupalik. Every 30 years, one child, given to the sea. And in return, the shore stayed silent. Kavi was next. But Mika refused to accept it. That night, the storm began. The sky screamed. Mika walked to the abandoned lighthouse. In the basement, a strange circle drawn in stone. On the wall, faded words. "Offer the soul, seal it with blood, whisper the name." Mika pulled out a needle. She pricked her finger, and with her blood, wrote one word on the ground. Kavi. At that moment, the lighthouse windows shattered. A scream rose from the shore. Connick collapsed in his hut, and for the first time, the sea walked onto the land. The sea walked ashore. But what came wasn't water. It was a breath. Cold, dark, aware. Mika climbed to the top of the lighthouse and saw it. Qalupalik. No longer a shadow, no longer a legend, not a nightmare. Real. A massive body draped in seaweed, water dripping from its shoulders like children's screams. The black lump on its chest had split open, and from it, a face emerged. It had Kavi's eyes. "Sister," the voice said. But the eyes weren't his. Something else was speaking through him. Connick's voice came in the wind, barely a whisper. "Give your soul, and his shall be free. But you will belong to the sea forever." Mika stood still. She walked to the lighthouse edge, opened her arms, and said his name one last time. Kavi. Then she stepped forward. Qalupalik pulled back, just for a moment. Silence. Then the sea receded. The storm ended. Kavi was found on the shore, barefoot, silent, but alive. All that remained of Mika was a single feather in Kavi's pocket, still wet. The Inuit still say, "A heart beats beneath the ice." But now, that heart belongs to a human, and every child's voice might awaken her again.